have you ever felt bloated or have like gassy indigestion after eating, even though you think you ate something healthy? Well, I think I might know the cause of the problem. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, come on in and let's have a chat. Hi, everybody. My name is Anastasia, and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new, come on and make yourself at home. Here we talk about everything. Indigestion is when your body is not able to break down the food that you've ingested. So sometimes you feel nauseous, it can even cause constipation, and you feel pain, and it's just not a pleasant feeling. Bloating is when you have that tight, gassy feeling, and sometimes you can even hear the gas in your stomach. That's bloating. And, it doesn't even matter whether you eat healthy or not, you can still get this based on what you ate. So, some of the things that causes these symptoms, number one, is lactose. So, lactose, we see it in milk, we see it in cheese, we see it in ice cream, dairy products, really. So if you're lactose intolerant, you might not know. So I would suggest, having a food diary. So whenever you eat milk, ice cream, cheese, and you feel this feeling, just jot it down somewhere so you have it in, somewhere so you can remember. And then if that keeps happening, definitely see a primary physician if to for them to test to see that whether you're lactose intolerant. But I know I'm lactose intolerant myself. So I stay away from dairy products. I don't like if I'm gonna eat ice cream, it has to be a dairy-free ice cream. I stay away from cheese, and milk. So the suggestion that I have is that almond milk or oat milk. I personally like oat milk. I don't like almond milk. It's just a taste thing that it's a personal preference. So definitely lactose could be one of the reasons why you are feeling bloated or having indigestion. So switch, your regular milk out with a plant-based milk like almond milk or oat milk. Number two are cruciferous vegetables. So, cabbage, kale, those kinds of vegetables can be hard for the stomach to break down. And so when you eat it, it might just sit in your stomach longer and not in a good way. You just feel crappy all the time when you eat those things. And you might be wondering, I'm eating salads, but I still feel crappy all the time. Yeah, because of the type of salads you're eating. So if you're finding that you're eating these vegetables raw and it's causing you all these symptoms, I would definitely recommend cooking them before eating, because when you cook them it kind of changes the chemical breakdown of the vegetable, so your stomach is might be able to tolerate it a little better versus eating them raw. I know eating them raw you get majority of the nutrients, but if your stomach is not tolerating it and it's making you feel crappy all the time, then it's not worth it. I would say definitely cook them and see if that gives you any relief. Next is carbonated beverages. And if you're watching this channel, if you follow this channel, then I know you're not drinking soda, because we know soda is full of sugar, nothing healthy, beneficial. So we're not even going to talk about it. If you're drinking soda, bad, bad, bad. Stop drinking it. But if you drink, those no sugar carbonated beverages like Waterloo, or I think the other one is like bubbly. They're supposed to be less sugar or no sugar, but gives you the same bubbly feeling of soda. So sometimes when people crave soda, they will choose those carbonated beverages. But the problem with that is that the bubbles is still gas. So when you drink it, the gas has to go somewhere, and it goes in your stomach and it sits there and it gives you all that yucky feeling. You can feel your stomach going like this, you can feel the bubbles moving. So definitely, if that's the problem, switch out the carbonated beverages and stick to good old water. And now we're in the summer months, so you can infuse your water with all kinds of fruits. There's strawberries. I like lemon, and then if I really want to be fancy, I do cucumbers in my water. But usually I just stick to lemon. And then if you want something sweet, you can put some strawberries in there if you want. So definitely look at any carbonated beverages that you might be drinking because it might be causing you gas and indigestion. And then the next is artificial sweeteners. So I know we sometimes like, go for the artificial sweeteners because it's supposedly less harmful because it doesn't raise our insulin level as much as regular sugar does. But some of the artificial sweeteners are actually causing damages. So the two that are problematic are the sorbitol and the xylitol. So, if you're eating or drinking anything that has artificial sweetness in it, watch, turn the back and look at the label and see if it has sorbitol or xylitol, because those two, it's hard for the body to process those two artificial sweetness, especially, and it causes indigestion and discomfort, and we don't want that. No bueno. And then next is beans. So I love beans. I love beans and gari and fried plantain. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Beans, gari, and plantain is delicious, but not everybody can tolerate beans. Some people have very bad reaction to black eyed peas specifically. That's the one that I use the most, is the black eyed peas. So if you have any issues with beans in general, I will recommend switching the beans out with lentils. Lentils tend to be a little bit more easy on the stomach, and it has tons and tons of nutritional micronutrient benefits. So switching out your beans with lentils might be an option for you if beans is giving you bloating and gas and indigestion. Next is fatty food. So if you eat deep fried, fatty food, it's just gonna slow down digestion, and not in a good way, and just make you feel sluggish. After eating, you feel dull, and it's not a good feeling. So I personally don't deep fry food, because my theory is that if the food is well seasoned, then you don't have to deep fry it for it to taste good. You can just grill it, or even now you can air fry it and it will come out delicious. You don't need that extra oil in the deep frying for the food to taste good. So air frying it, if you want that crispiness, air fryer will give you that, and it gives you the crispiness without the excess oil that will just slow down digestion and make you feel sluggish. So no deep fried food. If you're eating deep fried food and you're feeling sluggish and it's giving you gas and indigestion, I will recommend stop doing that and look for other alternatives such as grilling or air frying. And then the next is gluten. So gluten, we tend to think only people with celiac disease have intolerance to gluten, but you might have that too and not be aware of it. So if you're eating anything that has gluten in it, and is, after eating you're feeling that tightness and, yuckiness in your stomach, definitely keep a food log and see if gluten might be the culprit of your stomach issues. Slow down when you're eating. I know it's very busy, everybody's moving around. And in fact, I used to do this. So, back when I was in nursing school a few years ago and working and kids and everything else, I will be driving and eating in my car just to get to wherever I want to go. So, I had no time to sit and enjoy a meal. It was always in the car on the go, and then you come home, you lay down at night, and then you feel crappy, because you just shove food in your mouth without actually letting your body process it. So even if it's 5 minutes, just take your time, sit down and enjoy a meal, and it might help in, the upset in your stomach. And also staying hydrated. Hydration is key. If your body doesn't have the proper fluid that it needs, the amount that it needs, then it's also going to throw off your stomach and your microbiome. And then next is you can take either pre or probiotics to help also make your give you a healthy microbiome, and helps with any indigestion or bloating or gassiness that you might have. So these are some tips and tricks that I have tried. Like I said, I don't do dairy. I do the plant-based stuff, and I try as much as possible to stay away from sugar. And I actually don't even do artificial sweetness. If I'm not gonna drink anything that has real sugar in it, I stay away from the artificial sweetness because I know that my body doesn't tolerate it. So, a lot of these things are try and error. You try things and you figure out your body. You know your body more than anybody else. So if you try something and it doesn't work, eliminate it. It might be delicious, but is it worth, putting your body at risk and putting your health at risk? I don't think so. So try and error, figure things out, whichever works for you, whichever one that doesn't work for you, eliminate it from your lifestyle. And I have another favor to ask, please. The channel, we are a little over 100 subscribers. I'm trying to grow the channel. I think this channel is fun. I think it's fun being on this channel. So we want to share the fun with other people. So please share this video, share the channel, comment below, leave a thumbs up. Even if it's just an emoji that you want to drop in the comments, it really, really helps with the algorithm so it can spread the channel. I have an Instagram page um, that I'm gonna try now to promote that as well. It's the same name as the YouTube channel, Anastasia Lifestyle USA. You can find that on Instagram. I share little, videos behind the scene, going to dinner, going on walks, whatever I'm doing. I try to, do little snippets on there on my Instagram channel as well. So please follow that and help me grow. Thank you so much for your support as always. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.